welcome back to Learning with Liz. So for this week's video, we are going to be learning about what it is like to visit a Sikh Gurdwara. So welcome back to another video. Today I've got my glasses on because we're doing some learning and it's time to get studious. So I'm going to kick in to all about Sikhism, a little bit of the history behind it. So the word Sikh actually means disciple. It basically evolved in the late 15th century, the Sikh religion. So it merged Islam and Hinduism, which were the most popular religions in India at the time. It merged them together. Basically, Guru Nanak, who was the first Sikh guru, didn't really agree with either Islam or Hinduism. So it was like, guys, I'm just gonna do it this way. This is the way that seems right for me. You don't have to follow my way, but this is the route that I am taking. So that's one important thing about Sikhism. They're not super into evangelizing like Christians and Muslims do, because obviously they're wanting to spread the word and get everyone into heaven. It's not like that for Sikhism. So Guru Nanak was like, bro, I'm doing this way, you don't have to do it, but I just don't agree with certain things about these two religions. So one thing that has come from that is now translated into the Sikh religion when you visit a Gurdwara is the idea of a free kitchen, which is also known as the langar. So what this is that anyone is welcome to come into a Sikh holy temple, despite age, despite gender, despite race, and mainly against the Hinduism caste system. Anyone can come in and they can expect a nice meal, some food in their tummies to feed them and make them feel wholesome. Sikhism is also the world's 5th largest organised religion. It's one of the smaller ones, so obviously it's a big boy, but actually it's very small, and this is definitely reflected in Sheffield, where I'm from, because there's only one Sikh Gurdwara, or their holy temple. And that's crazy, because you think about if you go down a street and you could come across 4 churches if they're super holy in that area. But basically the idea is that there's just a lot of churches in Sheffield in comparison to what you can expect for a Gurdwara. That's a little bit about the history. Just a little snippet, just a little something. And I'm just going to explain to you what it was like to visit a Gurdwara. So over the summer period, I did something called the SKE, which is a 200-hour RE course, which basically just prepares me for my teacher training a little bit more so than if I hadn't done the course. So one aspect was obviously learning about the different religions, so more about Sikhism, and you're expected to go and visit a Gurdwara, and this was an amazing experience because I'd never been to a Gurdwara before. Count how many times I'm going to say Gurdwara in this video. It's going to be a lot. Me and Louise, someone that I am doing my course with as well, went to visit a Gurdwara, and we had a tour guide, and he was fab. He basically took us around the place and shared more information about what it is like to be a Sikh as well. So one of the first things that we did when we visited was take off our shoes. So for that, those Christians out there, or those who have visited a church, it's Christmas time, let's sing some carols, you don't expect to take your shoes off. This is quite different. So the reason you have to take your shoes off when you go and visit a Sikh holy temple is just making sure, out of respect, you don't bring the dirt in as well. It's nice and clean and pure for when you go and visit the Guru Granth Sahib. We took our shoes off. There's 2 separate rooms. So there's where the boys take their shoes off and where the girls take their shoes off. And there's like a little places for your shoes to go. After that, you're walking around in your nice comfy socks. And you're expected to cover your head. So here is one I made earlier. The idea is that you cover your head, you cover your hair, again, out of respect. And one of the sort of traditions within Sikhism is that you don't cut your hair as well. So you'll see the Sikh men, cool as, with their super long hair, but it's all wrapped up in a turban too. So I got to experience life as a little Sikh when I went to visit. I look like I've got the biggest head in the world. It's a bit of a colour clash going on right now. Too many patterns. But for the whole time that I was there in the temple, head covered. Respect the religion. Once we covered our heads, once we took our shoes off, we were then led up to the prayer hall. So this is a super duper big hall. It's filled like a carpet floor, so very, very good because you're able to kneel on it, to sit on it while the service is happening. And then at the other side of the room, there is this amazing like canopy bed style gorgeousness. And this is where the Guru Granth Sahib is going to be while a service is going on. What is this guru that I'm talking about? So it's the 11th guru of the Sikh religion, and it's their holy book. They have it laid out, and they waft it, they look after it, and then at night time they put him to bed, which is super cute. But it's a blend of hymns, Hindu teachings, things from Islam as well, and also stories that the gurus before the holy text, what happened to the gurus beforehand. So there's a crazy history, a lot of murder, a lot of brutality. It's like an action film, but in the Sikh life. Now the Guru Granth Sahib is the 11th guru, so the 10th guru decided that this text was going to be its successor. What is awesome about Sikhism is that the women can lead the services as well, which is ace, because obviously you have in history and religions that obviously women have been cast aside. It was such an honour to be able to talk to our guide and be able to learn about more of the Sikh history, about the gurus in the past, and then also things about why you're not allowed to take photos when you're inside a Gurdwara. If you're inside the prayer hall, it's the idea of no photography, no iconography as well. And that was interesting because I recently went to Italy, and you go to those churches and you're like, holy moly, these are divine. Take a picture of everything. Can't do that. Respect Sikh religion. Even if you're not Sikh, I have learned from this trip that it is so fascinating to be able to go into different places of worship and just see a little sprinkle of their lives, of what it's like. It's really fun. So remember, if you ever visit a Gurdwara, which is a Sikh temple, take your shoes off. You're expected to cover your hair. Don't take any pictures once you're upstairs in the prayer hall. You can get nice and comfy on the carpets once your shoes are off as well. And respect the people there. They are so lovely, and they are so willing to be able to talk to you about their religion and their faith too. I just want to give you a bit of a sprinkle of the Sikh world, because it was interesting to me, so I thought it might be interesting to you also. I will see you next week for a fabulous time, and I hope you have an amazing 7 days until then. Bye!